DeLion is trembling with barely contained enthusiasm. So, Hildibrand's got a new update. Lilia, eager to resume our investigation. I know I am. Do you recall that scrap of alien starship we recovered? Well, Inspector Brandhild has employed his unsettling calculative capacity to extrapolate the damage to a greater whole, and he has concluded that the vessel would be incapable of flight without extensive repairs. Our most likely scenario, then, is that some unknown agent made off with the starship wreckage, along with Pew Pew's acquaintance. Fortunately, I have a fair idea who that unknown agent might be. After all, there is a singularly shady cabal with a history of concealing extraterrestrial activity. Actually, let's head over to Kame first. The inspector and the others are staying in the dwellings there, and I would rather not explain myself twice. Don't worry, Hildy. I'm on my way. So yes, new Hildibrand quest dropped, along with some other stuff. But I want to be able to get my new relic weapons because they look dope and maybe are good. Who knows? Dear Lord, that's a lot of people. And miraculously, they're all gone. This horrible misfortune, Lilia. Calamitous even. Poor Master Pew Pew has fallen gravely ill. Okay, are you sure, or is he just napping? He's so bluish green. More so, I mean. Could he have caught a cold? I suppose it was quite chilly up there in Garlemald. Pew Pew is an alien. Who knows what extraterrestrial diseases might be ravaging his poor body? Nashu, no. Nashu, no, that only works on Hildy. Nashu's delights are the best medicine for whatever ails you, as the inspector himself can attest. It's only good for the inspector. Good God, Nashu, you'll blow our host's domicile to pieces. Put them away. Oh. If I may, when I was cloned from the inspector, certain gaps in my knowledge were patched with supplementary data from the starship's archives. This information includes an encyclopedic understanding of Master Pew Pew's physiology, which should be sufficient for me to diagnose his condition. A Xenoman hybrid mind explains the impossible calculations. Oh yes, we have this scene again. Bing. I have it. Master Pew is afflicted by a terrible case of the common cold. Gods grant me strength. As a visitor to Atheros, Master Pew Pew has no prior exposure to the maladies? To our maladies? Okay. He is thus particularly susceptible to infection and more likely to experience severe symptoms. Aha! It's just as I surmised. We must put aside the case until we have nursed our sickened companion back to health. But even if it is the common cold, isn't there a risk that our medicine do him more harm than good? They almost certainly would. Based on the results of my analysis, however, I believe I can synthesize an effective remedy. We need but gather the ingredients. The ingredients you shall have. So what are we gathering exactly? Most of what I require can be drawn from Master Pupu's collected samples. Otherwise, there's only two which we lack. The first of these is the liver of a giant tortoise. A suitable organ can be extracted from the one of the capacipa. I butchered that entirely. Which waddle saltwater winds welcome. Ah, the slaughtering of a monstrous opponent. That sounds like a job for Lilia. Yeah, man, just big turtle. The other materials in question is a rare fungus known as damp shrew. Are we going to smoke a damp shrew? Which I am hoping can be found along the Great Works' extensive stock of alchemical reagents. Very well. Nashu, Delian, and I will scour the alchemist's shelves. Meanwhile, I would ask that you remain here to keep an eye on our ailing patron. Inspector Brandahill, you're such an expert of all things Thavnia. Oh, I wouldn't say expert. Simple conclusions for simple observations, nothing more. As I said, I'm hoping the alchemists have the damn shroom we need, but it really is quite rare. Once you have the tortoise liver, would you be so kind as to assist the others in procuring the fungus? Then let us not prolong Master Pupu's suffering a moment longer.
Alright, I guess I'll head out.
It seems it seems we have a job to do. Further discussion of the abduction will have to wait. I'll find those alien probes yet. And explosion of people. Bada. Alright. Let's go make some turtle soup. Please put all that away and get them out. There we go. I do. Okay. Again, that away. Did I get it? It's already dead! Leave it! My lord, the amount of overkill. Bahamut's like, Akmorn? I think you mean Akrai. We're gonna hit this thing 10 times. Jeez. Why are we over here? Ah, Lilia. I had every confidence you would bring us a suitable liver. Alas, the damp shroom yet eludes us. The alchemists say the fungus has few applications, so they don't bother to stock it most of the time. Then I must put a keen inspector's sense to work. Stand back whilst I attune myself to the essence of the dank. Careful, you might attune to a different type of dank. Damp. The word is damp shroom. And you'll forgive me if I have no faith in your abilities. He's close, my friend, and I am getting closer and closer even as we speak. I hear you folks are in the market for damp shroom. I might have some to sell if you're interested. I'll sell you the damp shroom for a working voice. How about that? We certainly are, my fine fellow. Right then, I'll give me a moment to retrieve the goods and we can finalize our transaction up on the perfumed rise. Was it genuine clairvoyance or sheer coincidence? I'm not sure anymore. It is always coincidence. Though in all fairness, when it comes to Inspector Hildibrand, the criminal nature of perception is one of his least baffling talents. In any case, we should hurry to the rise and take this man up on his timely offer. Hello, Nashu Stalker. Could you please not be that close? See here? I was half expecting to see him in a bush. Ah, you're here. Good, good. And here is the damp shroom as promised. Oh, glad we offer your assistance. I want to see if the goods are genuine, thank you. Ta-ta, not so fast, but still a matter of payment. Oh, of course. How much do I owe you, my good man? Consider the extreme rarity of the fungus in question. I couldn't let it go for less than 1,000,000 gil. 1,000,000 gil for one measly mushroom? That is outright robbery. A bargain. I counter you would pay tenfold my price in the markets. I thought to do you a kindness in light of your urgent need, but I am more than willing to find another buyer if you wish to spit upon my generosity. Nashu, how fare we on coin? We're plumb out, Inspector. Ah, then this is a prickly pickle. Where are we to obtain sufficient funds on such short notice? Don't you fucking dare. $1,000,000's a drop in the bucket to me, but I have an orchestral collection problem. Gotta buy them all. Spent. Oh my god! Return to oblivion. Yeah. I'm gonna hit him with a nap. Gonna pull a Nashu. That's the way. Then I shall beg my father for the necessary amount. Saving Master Pew Pew's life is worth every gil. Give that man nothing. We have you now, deceitful scum. Your swindling days are over. As Hand, City Guard at your service, we received reports of this man's questionable activities and have been keeping a close eye on him ever since. Damp shroom is a rare find in the bazaar, to be sure, but only because there's no real demand for it. The price this charlatan quoted you was, quite frankly, ludicrous. But thanks to your ignorance and poor judgment of character, we were able to catch him in the act. As a token of gratitude, you are welcome to keep the fungus, assuming you still want it. Yes, very much so. It is, very magnanimous of you. Was it even damp shroom, or was it just a random mushroom he found? To think I enjoyed tricking fools out of that coin. If that bastard hadn't declared my job redundant, I wouldn't have needed to stoop so low. He blames a rising star among the merchant princes for his woes. Van Hudai, I believe his name was, purchased the trading consortium where the man was working, which led to the restructuring of the hierarchy, putting a lot of people out of work. Van Hundi. I know that name. Something about an acquisition deal gone sour. Father was willing to sell him a slice of his Hannish enterprise, I think, but balked when the man offered to buy our family business in its entirety. Truly, there is no telling how deep the coffers of the Van Hedi are, nor do any know the secrets of how he amassed such kingly wealth so damnedly fast. There are whispers, though, that he solved alchemical's oldest and most legendary problems of transmuting base metal into gold. Unlikely, to say the least, but whatever the source of his riches, he shows no reluctance to spend them. He's bought a historic temple to serve as his home and commissioned a private airship among with other extravagant expenditures. Nice for some, eh? Gore, that swindling case had barely started before you solved it, Inspector. Ha ha ha! All in a day's work, my dear Nashu. I believe our business upon this scented hill is concluded. Let us hurry the ingredients back to Inspector Hill, shall we? I was about to say, what's with the glowing eyes on the hill? I may have moldified his lordship with the secrets of divine manifestation, but the stench of failure yet clings to me. I must redeem myself in his eyes by crushing the most hated foe. You know, it might be a bit easier if you make some spy bots or something, like get a little roving drone. And back to Resetan. Get yourself a drone. Make it real easy. You don't have to pay some poor guy to lug your skull around. Up. Up. I can't stand this song. Quickly, just give me another song. Here's a Tiver Lotus. Here's a tortoise's liver. A fine specimen, thank you. I will mix the ingredients in the airship, so let us convey Master Pew Pew outside, that we may administer his medicine as soon as it is ready. Oh, the poor baby. This should be suitably remote. I will have the craft come to us and we can commence the treatment. Good thing we can call upon it, because otherwise we'd be kind of screwed. Oh, there he is, hiding in the bush. So, question, why do we need a suitably remote location? What's going to explode this time? Well, good to see you're up. Yeah, there he is, hiding in the dark corner.
Oh, I feel so much better. I can't thank you enough.
Master Pew Pew's recovered his strength in mere moments. It would seem his power of recuperation are just as advanced as his technologies. You are not hiding at this point in time. You are as clear as day to everyone.
I came here from another world, a stranger. You no cause to trust, and yet you are treating me so kindly. The people of this star are so very welcoming.
Haha! You are our dear friend now, Master Pew Pew. It is our pleasure to help. And it is my pleasure to harm! Anyone want to just bat him out of the sky, or shall I Akmorn him? Dude, we're doing this scene again. Yes! Da-ding. Yep. I will not follow the same trick twice! See, he's been doing his yoga. That nice scorpion he's got going there. Oh my god. Oh. You know what? Yeah, it seems about right. Yep. Um. uh. Yeah. It has become a basketball. Night, Hildy. Impudent worms, taste my food power! You're up, Nashu. Nashu's redemption arc. This poor creature. And I'm gonna spike it, aren't I? Oh. Slam dunk. Yeah, it works. Not again! It's so creepy. Like, at least hide him better. You took all the force of that destructive beam, yet there you stand. Somewhat singed, but apparently unharmed. I ponder and puzzled over its over this impeccable fortitude of yours, and I feel compelled to ask: are you an alien? A fine jest, but I assure you, I am without a doubt an Uldar-born, Mandeville, and terrestrial Hyrulean stock. He's Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry and Inspector Extraordinaire. What more do you need to know? Where to begin? But never mind, we have more pressing matters. Such as locating Master Pew Pew's comrade. This time we reopen the case of the silent correspondent. Yes, exactly. Just throw the Lullafell, like, in the corner. Like, make it like, where's Waldo, please? It is so weird to him just be there. And I have a firm theory as to who it was that took the wreckage and its worstwhile pilot. Or its erstwhile pilot. The Sharlians. I am all but certain they are allied with insidious extraterrestrials, which means they are under orders to remove any evidence of alien activity. I wager we find what we're looking for at Old Sharlian. We need only infiltrate their operations and expose their nefarious conspiracy. The Sharlians can't be bothered to formally ally with foreign nations, much less aliens, and the Lawbirds don't count. Trust me, they'd sooner flee the star than attempt. Yeah. Well, Master DeLion's theories does lack supporting facts. We have no other promising leads to pursue at present. Moreover, I understand that the Shellians set the standards for monitoring astronomical and astrological phenomena. Mayhaps their experts have been tracking extraterrestrial movements. Can we please get off the extraterrestrial storyline? There's a lot of words that I'm not liking. My brain sees them and goes, "Hey." It's just a dial-up noise. Ahem. I've spoken out of turn. Please forgive my presumptuousness. Nay, my friend, I too sense our path pointing to the Isle of Archons. Pack your bags, everyone. We leave for Charlian immediately. Thank God. I am quite tired of Fafnir. Hildibrand is keen to embark on the next leg of their investigation. Charlian awaits. We need only charter a suitable sea vessel. Of course, but does not the city lie many days sail to the north? Is there no swifter means of reaching our destination? So this experimental aetherite will allow us to teleport hither even absent of attunement. Splendid! Then we shall avail ourselves of technological marvel forthwith. I apologize to Nashu and Pew Pew. Everyone else... I thought he was the sea cat. Okay, I know you can't see my cursor and I was circling the Lalafell. I thought the Lalafell was talking. I'm an idiot. I thought there was just... It's Hildibrand. Like, anything comes out of nowhere. Like... Lalafell dressed up as the Onion Knight, and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. He's a sea captain. I just dunked a creature onto a broken skull with a thruster in the air that was charging up a Kamea blast. Like, shit happens. So, this is the city of learning. A sophisticated gentleman should feel right at home here. How are you not all sick to your stomachs? Experimental aetherite makes travel exponentially more fun. Sometimes I feel as though I am the only normal person in this group of eccentrics. But, this is not the time to succumb to nausea. Not here in the belly of the beast. As the Charlian's secret agents travel the star in search of specimens, which they collect and bring home in service of confidential research projects. Yeah. That project is conducted in a huge underground military facility. If we are to find answers, we must, If we're to find answers, then that's where we must look. Yet Labyrinthos is not a military facility. I say this Labyrinthos sounds promising. I say we head down there and make our inquiries as to the whereabouts of our missing alien friend. We simply must take a lift in the Hall of Artifici? Yes, then let us be on our way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like all the upper levels are like not public access, but like the right clearances, you're good to go. Like, if you're here on, like, a research purpose, then, yeah. Or just a gleaner. It's when you get to the lower levels where they get a bit snippy with you. See, I like this song much better than Razathan's theme. Just, it's a nice, lighter, jaunty tune, more relaxing. I also just like Charlene because it's just a nice, clean location. Ah, these must be the lifts in question. Do you wish to descend into Labyrinthos, madam? Yes, I do. My apologies, but each of your companions must also secure the proper permissions before we can allow them entrance. If it is assurance you need, then surely a single glance at all is all you require. Judge trustworthiness. I could certainly not make such judgments, but that is neither here nor there. Administration to Labyrinthus is subject to foreign policy. You're the one who should be judged. I know you're hiding aliens and xenotechnology in that underground base of yours. Admit it. Xenotechnology? I sincerely have no idea what you are talking about. Oh, yet again we cross paths in this most splendid fashion. Ah, it's Gadbert. But, Father, what business brings you to Charlian? I am in search of a certain object, one crucial to continue my refinement of my Mandeville weaponry. My investigation leads me to believe that it is found here in Labyrinthos. And as you also seem to have business down below, this is my son and his bosom companions. If I vouch for their character, will you kindly allow them to board the lift? Ah, Master Godbert Mandeville. The Forum sent word of your impending arrival. As a member of the Syndicate, your ambassadorial status affords you the entourage of up to 5 members. Pray consider their permissions arranged. Yeah, I guess that works out. Because I already have it. I know not your current mission, but for the time being, I suggest you accompany me to Archeolion. Him? Yeah, creep, you don't get to follow us. Though I bet you'll find a way down here. It's just faster. Plus, I get to drink coffee at the same time. Yeah, there's the end of the night. From what my father tells me, this storage facility is replete with samples of and specimens collected from every land of Aetheros. If anyone has information concerning visiting aliens and crashed starships, it would be these studious folk. Ba, 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 ba. A shiny silver saucer? I'm sorry, but We have no record of any such object in our archives, either whole or in part.
Or so you would have us believe. But the purpose of this complex, this military fortress, is plain. You cannot deny that you are conducting secret research on alien starships.
We are not conducting secret research on alien starships. Yes, we did build a starfaring vessel in Alazim, but it was neither for military purposes nor for extraterrestrial nor of extraterrestrial origin.
Disguising your foul lies with a sprinkle of truth, are we? Fine. I'll dig up the facts myself, and then everyone will hear what you're really up to.
Dude, I'm just the desk guy. Well, I cannot assist you with your missing craft. I do recall seeing an individual of like appearance to your companion here. You do? And where was it? Where was he, Pratale? At Mariel Agronomically, in the Meridian Circuit. The lift at the back of the building will take you down there. Many thanks, my good man. Well, well, it seems we've found ourselves a solid lead. I have my own search to attend to, so I shall bid you good hunting and good day. Good to see you, Godbert. Catch up with you later. Another round of in-depth inquiries by the agents of inquiry and friends is in order. To Mariel Agronomics. I was waiting to see that Lullafell peeking his head around the corner. Hello, I'm looking for a small alien. Your description would lead me to believe you are looking for one of the Mandragora's hereabouts. But if it is as you say, it's something else you're after, then I'm not sure I can be of much help. I've only just started working here, so you may have more luck asking the older hands. Grapes. Ah, you must be talking about one of the new Mandragora strains. We've whipped up a batch of bright blue stray onions, but I'm afraid they're starting to rot almost immediately. Not a mandra, you say? Well, the only other bluish thing I can think of around here are the grapes. How luscious the crop has turned out. They're never gonna let us live that down, are they? Yeah, the little blue man saw him with my own two eyes. I did, and it was no mandragora. A gleaner and his in the company of an outside visitor passed through a little while back. Nothing too unusual there, only this friend you described was scuttling along with them. I know not what purpose brought them to the farm, but whatever it was, they didn't tarry here long. Wonderful. That corroborates the information I but moments ago skillfully squirreled out of this farmer. She claims to be an acquaintance of the gleaner in question. In fact, we will bring him to talk with us shortly. Let us round up the others, and we shall go. We should all be present to hear the revelations this professional collector has to share. You're the folks asking for the little blue man, yes? Oh, and you've brought someone who's practically identical. You must be the same species, surely. My friend really was here then. They certainly were. If you've a moment or three, I'll tell you the whole tale. To begin at the beginning, I was in Thavnia on a procurement mission when I crossed paths with an apothecary and his unusual companion. As I mentioned, the companion was almost your twin in appearance. The wagon they rode upon bore a damaged vessel like the one in which I'd never seen before. Could it be? As a collector by trade, I have a certain weakness for oddities. Thus did I hail the apothecary to inquire after his companion and his cargo. The man was only too happy to share the story. He had, it seemed, quite recklessly plunged into a war-torn land of Garlean to sell his wares, reasoning that where there was conflict, they would be needing of medical goods. The state of affairs was rather more volatile than he anticipated, however, and was soon forced to abandon his venture. And so the apothecary began his long trek home, only to shortly thereafter discover a strange silvery ship, and its shaken pilot crash-landed in the snowy field. It couldn't be a coincidence. Story continues after extricating the battered vehicle and its occupants from the snow, he brought them home to Razithal. His guest wished to make repairs on the craft, yet even amongst the wonders of the bazaar, they struggled to find the suitable parts. Hearing this, I suggested that they bring the wreckage itself to Labyrinthos, and after they agreed to the idea, I escorted them here myself. Alas, even the Thalamzun engineers who worked on the Ark were stymied by the exotic ship, finding its technologies impossible to comprehend, let alone replicate. The little blue fella eventually resorted to drafting schematics, while the engineers followed these step by step to craft the essential bits and bobs. The apothecary and his companion were waiting here at Meriel. And then what happened to them? Well, once our industrious visitor had what they needed, they repaired the vessel in a twinkling. What? The pair then departed almost immediately, and I've seen neither hide nor hair of them since. I'm told the apothecary paid a handsome sum to the engineer's services, but being typical Charlians, I wager they would have happily forfeited the coin for a chance to pore over every square inch of that ship. Now, I'm no scientist, but I'm beginning to think such an incredible vessel must have been some kind of star-faring craft. And that little blue man, well, he must have been an alien from another world. Oh, so I'd like to believe. I am an avid reader of the Thavnerian truth, you see, and love the entertaining these idle flights of fancy. But I've rambled on for too long. There are errands to attend to, and I really must take my leave. Good fortune to you.
Flights of fancy? How dare he? Can it be true? I have readership in Charlian. So I've misjudged these people.
'Twould seem our comrade is hale and healthy, Master Pew Pew, and in the company of a Hannish alchemist of undisclosed description.
Yes, this is wonderful news. I'm grateful indeed that we made the journey. I now know my friend's not dying in a ditch somewhere. Such great news.
I have a feeling the case will soon draw to a close. Come, let us return to Rosatan and continue the search.
How about we just got to Charlian?
Okay.
Well,
oh, there we go. Back we go to Razatan. Oh, the fun you'll have. This seems like a cutscene. To summarize our findings, we now know Master Pew Pew's friend is safe and in the company of a Hannish gentleman, and possibly here on this very isle. Oh ho ho! That does sound promising. Father, you've returned to the city. I trust this means that your own investigation was successful? That it was. Although laying hands on the object of my desire, has been a long and frustrating ordeal, to say the least. Much painstaking research revealed to me the existence of a hereditary Mandevillian relic, within which slumbers the secrets of the weapon augmentation. Yet though I turned our ancestors' home upside down, I failed to unearth the artifact in question. The reason for its absence became clear when I chanced upon the journal of one of our forefathers. He wrote of a visiting scholar keen interest in the relic, and how he thus surrendered it into Charlian's safekeeping for study. The trail led me to Labyrinthos. As it turned out, the Charlians never did find time to conduct their analysis. The custodian and I found the curio tucked away in a dusty corner of Archeolia, still awaiting processing. And here it is, the oddity, every bit as perplexing as Godbrand's cipher's bound manual. How are we to liberate its hidden wisdom?
oh, I can help with that. These devices were made by the Mandevillians, a staff-bearing race with whom we once traded.
Staff-bearing Mandevillians?
Yes, a highly evolved species with the mastery of advanced technologies. Our people shared ideas and inventions. Some I'm quite familiar with. Your family's relic. If you wish, I can have the device project whatever images were stored upon it. A darkened room would afford us a much clearer view, however.
Then let us retire to our room in common. Dim the lanterns. We must behold the secrets in optimal conditions. Mandevillians? A coincidental naming, or is there a deeper connection?
Everyone's comfortable? Let's see what the device has for us. Alright, let me turn on the projector and it seems to be working.
I am Godbrand, wanderer of stars and weaponsmith extraordinaire. First Lord of House Mandeville? This is the Godbrand, our founding father. I record this message that my descendants may know the truth of our cosmic origin. The tale is long, but I bid you watch until the very end. Heirs of mine, I am not a man born of this star, nor even a man at all. I am of the Mandevillians, a race which hails from the far side of the great expanse. Ah. Mandevillians are parasitic symbiotes. We can only survive by being bound with other life forms. Once our essence has taken root, we supplement the host's mind and strengthen its physical structure, imbuing our new form with steel-like resilience.
I knew there was something alien about that impossible impenetrable.
Then, through the conjoining of compatible host bodies, we produce offspring which harbor the next generation of Mandevillians. This symbiotic variant eventually takes to the stars in search of potential new vessels, adapting and multiplying. So it was that our race proliferated and spread throughout the cosmos. Until tragically our flourishing civilization was brought to an abrupt end. Every planet upon which we Mandevillians resided was visited by an inextricable calamity. Our societies were brought to ruin by life forms suddenly twisted into horrific nightmares. That sounds very familiar. So even stars far removed in time and space were ravaged by the final days. Desperate to avoid the same fate, a comrade and I boarded a ship and fled upward into the starry night. We flew and flew until we found a planet, your planet, untouched by the phenomenon, but the rigors of the journey had so damaged our craft that we were forced to make an uncontrollable descent. I alone crawled out of the wreckage, badly injured and near death. But even as I resigned myself to perish on an unfamiliar world, I was found by a man who came looking for the falling star. As a rule, Mandavillians do not take intelligent life forms for hosts. After hearing my story, however, the sympathetic gentleman offered to become my vessel as his own become my vessel of his own accord. He was himself afflicted by an incurable malady. Wait, what? The frick is a malady? That's the second time that's come up, and I don't know what it is. Other than, like, the fedora tipping malady. And with little time left to live, seemed content to know that his ailing body could provide safe haven for another. With his blessing, I set about transferring my essence. The man's form was revitalized and purged of its fatal frailty. Yet the mind which dwelled within was now my own. I went on to build a new home for myself here, making use of my people's technology to ply the blacksmithing trade. I wed a local lass, and together we had a child. Although not pure Mandavillian, our offspring exhibited the same enhanced physiology, a boon I suspect shall be passed down by generations through the bloodline of the House Mandeville. My dear descendants, the folk of this star are most fragile, yet as the first man I encountered did demonstrate, there is nevertheless capable of surpassing love and generosity. As the last of the Mandavillians, I have but one request to make of you. Pray employ your superlatent abilities and my armory of Mandavillian armaments for the benefit of these wonderful people whom I hold in the highest regards. So, not a pure-blooded Saiyan? What an astounding development! I, Hildibrand, Maximilian Mandeville, shall heed the passionate plea of my illustrious forebear. No case is too big nor too small, should it be in service of my fellow man. And off he goes. He learns he's a descendant from an extraterrestrial being and is still business as usual. But wait a minute, then why is Lady Janet so monstrously strong? Is she a descendant of an alien too? Well, this is most unexpected. Never did it cross my mind that our esteemed ancestor might have hailed from beyond the heavens. But I do wonder if that self-same blood still runs thick in our veins. The friendly tree I glanced over some years ago suggests that... but it's just not important. My present... My god, my brain blanked on purpose. I need to take a break. Remains unchanged. I will bring our Mandevillian weaponry to the peaks of perfection for Godbrand, and for the good of our star. Before I forget, I have a gift for you, Lilia. Pray await me at the 8th, right in the plaza. I shall bring it to you forthwith. Well, everything seems pretty wrapped up in a neat and tidy bow. I'm standing on top of the marker.
Some truths can be shadow the foundation of our beliefs when brought to light, but I have to say this wasn't one of them. The more staggering discovery was that I have devout readers in Charlian. Those who peruse my publications are allies against the ever-expanding web of lies and deceit without exception. I have misjudged the Charlian people. They are not collaborators or the architects of conspiracy. They are but seekers of knowledge, unafraid to plumb the depths of the unknown.
I'm glad you've made to that conclusion.
That Master Pew Pew, though, that one still has ulterior motives. I'd bet my life on it. Stand ready for when we shall need your strength, when he shows his true colors.
I hope you've not been waiting too long. This is the gift I had mentioned. Master Pew Pew's earnest quest inspired me to indulge in a sport of clockwork craftsmanship between weaponsmith sessions. I thought it was only fitting that you be the one to care for its diminutive simulacrum. Consider it a memento of your adventures together. Nice. And as for the Mandevillian weaponry project, I believe my ancestor's artifact has unlocked the door to the next stage of the improvements. Should you find time to offer your assistance, announce yourself to Master Geralt, and I shall endeavor to join you at the utmost solemnity. Until then, my dear Lilia. Cool, got a Pew Pew minion. See you in like 20 minutes, Godbrand, I don't know. I don't think I have enough. Oh, meanwhile in Thavnia. Are we going to find... Yep. As soon as I saw that Ora, yep, it's the crashed skull somewhere off on an island. Mmm. Lord Van, I come with ill tidings. Professor Luton has set an ambush for his nemesis, but was once more defeated. His current whereabouts are unclear. Well, that explains how he got his fortune. He stole the alien craft. Blithering dolt. Stole the alien craft or is working with them? Why is he making copies of himself? No matter. Preparations are well underway. The manifestation will proceed as planned. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought you had to be in the ship to be cloned out multiple times? Why are you making an army of yourself? Unless you're like an amazing fighter, I don't see why you would. Ba, 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 ba. Ba-da-da-da. See you, Inspector. I was expecting that end cutscene to go a little longer. I guess not. Alright. Well, that's that. Ooh. Bayonet for those who want to see it. Ooh. Ooh. That looks nice. Interesting. Because this is one of the weapons I'm going to be getting soon. Why does it only show strength and vitality? Wait. Oh no, that's just the... I thought the red orbs, like the red circles with like the green pattern, like right above the back out marker that I'm flashing here. I thought that was part of like the weapon thing up there. Like it lines up, and I'm like, oh, do I have like slots now? Also, I wanted to see how this dies, so we do it all black. It's not bad. All white. Give me an obnoxious pink, just so I really know where stuff is. Very interesting design. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Personally, I'm still a fan of the Baja Relic, final one for the Gunbreaker. This one. Yeah. Just stupidly big. Right there. Put that away. Please note that completing the quest, a spirited reforging, you will receive a Mandalorian weapon for the Gunbreaker. Please ensure that you have changed the desired job before speaking with... Yep, I'm good to go as a Gunbreaker. I'm going to be doing this for every weapon, so may as well start with Gunbreaker. Oh, it's you. I suppose you're... suppose that the bespectacled flop did mention that he'd made some kind of breakthrough and needed to round up the usual suspects. I shall inform his lordship of your arrival. Lilia, welcome, welcome. I do hope you have prepared for another spot of modest labor. I have plucked a new weaponsmithing secret from the depths of my family's extraordinary heirloom. As for why Hildibrand abandoned his cipher journal, 'Twould seem he desired the greatest security afforded to the relic's recording apparatus. That he so feared his knowledge fall into wicked hands bespeaks the destructive potential of what we seek to replicate. Speaking of which, this stage of augmentation will require a fundamental alteration to the weaponry's design. Godbrand understood that the individual wielder have different needs and preferences, and thus conceived of a method to modify each armament's base qualities. Essential to the process in a new type of oil known as Maximalamanderville, by subtly adjusting the precious ratio of ingredients for its coating, we can influence the path of the ethereal conductivity as we see fit. More bloody oil. The oil chef's ingredients is, once again, derived from meteorite. Specifically an ochal, which amplifies properties. So out of this world material. It would seem unsurprising now that we know the alien's origin of Godbrand's weaponsmithing techniques. Oh yeah, you weren't there. It's a whole thing. Alien origin, ye say? Little wonder I weren't familiar with him. As has become customary, I shall prepare the bulk of the necessary resources, whilst you procure the supply. As you require the meteorite. Oh, I am a lovely bloody custom, that is. A man o' your means. I reckon ye can buy a mountain of space rocks as well. And I would gladly do so, except the merchant in question will accept not less than a specific type of tombstone in trade. As much as it pains me to impose upon Lilia further, she is best equipped to handle that onerous task. Do I want to? No. Am I going to? Yeah. These improvements call for a drastic reforging, and it is your expertise that shall see us succeed or fail as well, Master Geralt. Fine, fine. I'll shut me gob and do as I'm told. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting the distinct impression you've lost interest in this project. You bloody think? Look, I took this job to pay off me drinking debts. Now that I've managed that, I've got no desire to keep working for the undressed, overprimped, pretentious arse. I see. Admittedly, even from the beginning, your distaste for me was rather poorly concealed, and I feel such fettering antagonism will adversely affect our smithing endeavors. How are we fixing this? Yes, let us resolve our differences over a flagon of fine spirits, or several as circumstances dictate. All are at my expense, of course. Free liquor it is. Well, you'd best bring your biggest purse. Oh, that... Yeah. Okay. Got it. Geralt's voice is messing with my throat. Got it. Lilia, you must join us if you would be so kind as to secure a table at the Mayhall. I shall be along in short order. Yes! Free booze! Woohoo! I'm currently on my tanking set too. Bring out your strongest ales. Oh ho ho! A splendid night. Spirituous beverages. You sure about this then, eh? Are ye? I have a mighty thirst, and it'll not but slack by the cheap stuff. What have you, Lilia? Will you be following Master Godwell's fine example? I have one or two. Very well, then I shall order us all the same to start. Your beverages, Lord Godbert. Enjoy. To your health, my friends. Right. No point in beating around the bush. I've hated ye guts for a good long while now. Huh. So even my insides offend you. And why might that be? 'Cause you're a proper artisan, devoted to your craft, ought to be your #1 priority. But you found a consortium or a built in some fool's playground for your fleecing the masses. You're a bloody merchant, that's what ye are. You believe my devotion is insufficient then, yet our work requires not only the sweat of our brow, but the capital to cover the expenses, no? Thus does not make a steady revenue facilitate the creative process. In that respect, my business ventures have allowed me to indulge in goldsmithing projects I could have never otherwise afforded. Is it not true that the craft kettles as means to repay loans, or simply make ends meet? Would not a suitable source of wealth spare you such tedious drudging, and empower you to pursue your heart's desire? Booze! We're getting to need more booze over here. Will this be the expansion to finally set Geralt free? So he never has, so we get a new craftsman. What really soured me was when you set your arse on the syndicate. How can ye craft aught while your head buried in political shite? You may be surprised my participation in Uldalian governance opened my eyes to a different world, which in turn provided great inspiration for several original pieces. Well, you can keep your bleeding inspiration. I want nothing to do with your prissy making of ye ilk. You're in a bloody reasonable argument. Rich swords ain't got a clue. It's like a poor buggers like me, and what you got against wearing clothes any road. We are more alike than you realize, Mr. Geralt, especially when it comes to the simplicities of our attire. Dear Lord. I see clear now, you the master craftsman. And I'm a poor son, a failure. He is like beyond gone. Rodian, how did you? Bugger it, I'm sorry, excuse for the smith, and that's all that matters. He seems to me mistaking you for someone else. Perhaps you could offer him a kind word. Now I'm ahead of this. Geralt, you're a sniveling disgrace to your profession. You always give it to me straight. I appreciate that. Right. I am done weeping in my cups. I'll fix up these weapons, and the hell with the money. I'll do it with my own damn sense of pride. If he can make it back to the forge, can we have someone tail him just so we know he doesn't end up, you know, in the forge? It would seem Master Geralt has overcome his aversion to our partnership. Splendid! Although I never would have guessed carrot juice could be so intoxicating. I was concerned for our good smith's health, you see, and had Milier switched his spirit for something less potent several rounds ago. Mihail's liquors are sublime, but too much can wreak havoc on a man's constitution. There was a time when I too devoted every waking moment to my craft. But alas, running a mercantile empire comes with its own responsibilities, monetary woes notwithstanding. I do envy Master Geralt's his purity of purpose. And on that note, let us return to our appointed acquisition. We shall require 3 chunks of the aforementioned ore, as soon as you are able. I'll get on that when I get more tombstones, because I completely used all of them. Chunks of that can be obtained from the same person in the plaza. And right now I can probably afford 1. So, don't think we get to see a actual weapon other than the guy who's showing off Gunbreaker Blade, but let's have a look. Yeah, 500. So, same rigmarole it's been. Kind of disappointing. I would much like it if they would do like, hey, go out and do fates or something. Just like, other than just constant tombstone grinding, because I'd like to, you know, use it for crafting, put it up on the market board. Alright, well, I think I'm going to end it there. That's all of the Manderville stuff caught up on. Sorry I don't get to show off a new shiny weapon on me, but what you gonna do? I'm dumb and spent all my currency before patch. Alright, well, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.